Hello guys, welcome to Tech Thursday. Today we are going to answer a question. Now please forgive me for I forgot who asked this question. But the question was asked in one of my other Tech Thursday shows. Is they was wanting to know how to make a 5-point harness. And what I'm going to show you guys today is the cheap way. I'm going to show you guys how to do it if you would not be able to have photo etch, if you didn't have access to photo etch and what have you. Let me get a clean sheet of popsicle can. All right, what we're going to use today, this is just for an example for you guys. Now I'm going to show you the cheap way to do this. First thing we're going to use is Hobby Design. Let me pull this up. We're going to use a Hobby Design seat. Most of you guys are going to be using seats that come, let's say, with the kit or whatnot. Now, on a 5-point harness, most of the time it's a racing seat. You're going to be a drag car, a race car, or something that you want to secure. What a lot of people do for the 5-point harness, it is a 5-point harness means you have a crotch belt, is what we call it in the automotive field. You're going to have a crotch belt that comes, usually it's coming from the floor. You see some builders, I don't know why they do this. I'm talking about in the real car scene. There's brackets on the back of the seat, and what it's supposed to be for on a real seat, the brackets back here are supposed to be so you can metal. So if you can metal bolt the chair itself down to your frame. Most people that build frames will weld a tab, so this right here would actually be connected to the frame of the car instead of the floorboard. But most people just bolt these to the holes that are on the floor, and then they run their lap belt to these bolts over here. But in real life, if you used to have an accident, most of these are carbon fiber. Back in the day, they were fiberglass. So if you had enough impact, if you rip the bolts from the surrounding in the crash, and your seatbelt is bolted to the seat and not to the floorboard, what do you think is going to happen? Your seatbelts are just going to contain your body into this projectile. So basically, I'm going to show you a quick, cheap way. I don't have a roll bar. I don't have a roll bar or a frame to mount this to. But what we're going to do is show you the cheap way. We're going to show you using a Monster energy drink can. And I'm going to show you how to use tape. And we're going to do it with tape. Tape comes in all different colors, guys, depending upon what you want to purchase. Like you can see, I have green, yellow, blue. These are all 3M tapes. There are some companies out there that you can buy. Here's a red tape. And then I got the Azul tape from UMP right here. It's already in a bunch of different sizes. So what I'm going to show you guys is how to do it in tape. This right here would work great. If you needed to paint it to your color or use thread, that'd be up to you guys. I would recommend using a Sharpie instead of paint if you needed to tint your belt. So what you want to do, and then the other part of the 5-point, you have your crotch belt, guys, you have your lap belt, and then you have your shoulder straps. And what that's supposed to do is supposed to keep you contained as much as you can in this seat. So not only do you have the roll cage, you also have this seat. People know it takes a hell of an impact to break carbon fiber. They say carbon fiber is a lightweight steel, and you know how hard it is to bend steel. So what they do is they try to keep you and your body confined into this enclosure. That's why you really don't see a 5-point harness on, you know, a regular seat unless unless that's the way the people wanted to build their car. And most of the time it's for looks and not for speed or protection. So what you usually do, you got to have one main frame, meaning you got to have a spot where all 4 things connect. So usually they go with the crotch as being the main frame. They'll use this crotch belt as the main frame. Most of the time it is a round one. So I'm going to take my leather punch. Where's my... I have a cheat sheet here, and I do this so that way I can double up and punch through this. Guys, don't forget, right after this, I'm not going to try to make this too long. Right after this, we're going to do the raffle giveaway, guys. I wanted to make sure we did our, make sure we want to do our Tech Thursday for you guys today. We got plans already for the next few raffles, guys. Some great, my dear friend from scaledworld.net had contacted me, and he has a great idea. We will discuss that on the raffle giveaway video here shortly, guys. I really do appreciate all you guys took your time to help with that. I'm not going to try to get off subject on that right now, guys. We're going to discuss all that when we do our video. Alright, so right now I took my leather punch. Let me put that. I took my leather punch. Get a clean sheet, guys. And I made the round circle. Alright. Within that round circle, I am going to make another circle. What did I just do with that bar? Alright. Within that round circle, I'm going to use this right here as a press. Alright, and I made myself like a dot looking thing in there. Alright. Alright, now, here, I'll put it on here so we can see that. Now, if you had the ribbon, you would need a small enough ribbon, guys, to get through this. I don't believe my regular seat belt ribbon, where's my photo etch? I don't believe my regular ribbon will fit. Here's one that's already been painted red. Alright. Let's see if my regular ribbon will be painted. Okay, my regular ribbon will fit through here. So you guys see that? So you can use the 2mm ribbon. I actually have some 5-point harness here from Scaled Productions, but I want to show you guys how to do it on the cheap way. Now you see here, all they give you is the photo etch, and then they're showing you how to make this in tape also. Hello, Hinterland. If you guys have a minute today, Dustin from Hinterland Custom, he posted several good videos up today this morning, and guys, go over there and check that out, and see what Dustin's been up to. Alright, so we're going to do it today in tape just to show you guys. So we made the center point. And then what you want to do is you want to get your piece. And then usually what you know, you're going for look. So usually what I do is I'd place it down here. I'd place it down in the center. Now I got crap on it. You can use tape, you can use thread. Some companies have them out there in paper. And some of the military builders, the plane builders guys, they are actually using, they have pre-painted, look great because they look like leather belts. They have pre-painted belts in photo etch that look very, very cool. So get me a little bit of glue out there. I'm going to try, how about this, fellers? Alright, I'll back it out just a little bit. So you put your tape down, and if this was ribbon, you would have your ribbon down. And then I take just a spot of glue. I take my this is a pickup pencil from UMP. It got Chinese writing all over it though. And I pick it up. I'll put it down right where it's supposed to be, like that, you know. The reason why I did that little dot is because after we're done handling it, guys, you want to put your release button in there. I'm going to go with red. So you did that. Now that's always going to be your biggest one. Then what you want to do is you'll take your pop can. You could do this in plastic if you want, but it's not going to give you the aluminum look is what you're going for. And then what I usually do is just I'll cut this right down the middle like this, and then I'm able to go in there and cut me off 4 little pieces like that. Alright. Then what I do, so now we got our 4 little pieces. Like that. So I get my X-Acto knife out. And then what I try to do is come down a little close to here. Bring me off a little piece like that. And I kind of like, it ain't going to do it very well on that paper. Then basically you want to make you, where'd it go? You want to make you a little notch like this. See if you can't focus. Make you a little notch. And then you can cut it to, you know, you can make it shorter. I just give myself plenty of room to work with. So then you make 4 of those notches like that. Then let me make, I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing on camera. So let's go down here. So basically, turn that over. That's hard as heck. Usually it's not this hard, guys. I guess we can do it with our clippers. Let's see. Yeah, because usually I just... On-camera bloopers today, guys. I didn't say it was going to be easy. I said it's going to be cheap. Let's see. There it is. I got to really get this bench cleaned up, guys. Not yet, Punch. Not yet. It's kind of hard to be... I find it kind of hard to be able to work on it all on camera. Alright, so then here's a second piece. Now when you get those two pieces done, you're supposed to be able to do all four pieces. But what you want to do is you want to bring over and get me a pretty decent long piece here. You want to run your seat belts through the holes. Now it's not going. Don't look like nothing's blocking it. Like that. And we'll place that there on the floor like this. And basically you want to mount these, you want your bottom mounts to be on the floor, not on the under the seat. I'm just doing that for no, that's part there don't want to stick. Yeah, I know, Punch, I know. Alright. Now, like I said, we're using tape instead of the... We're going to use tape today instead of the regular ribbon. So then after you get your little seatbelt things made, try not to drop it right in the super glue, you dummy. You want to put your buckles on. So if you can see that, you know, you want to put your buckles on. You have your homemade buckles put on there. You want to do your last. You want to make two more. You'll want to make two more the same way for your lap belt. But another little detail that I like to do is, still using the pop can, is using, I don't know where I did with the pop can now. Oh, here it is. And then something I like to do is using a ruler and the pop can. Make you a couple score lines like this, and then it'll break right off. Yeah, I need to clean the bench really bad, Bill. After we do the giveaway raffle video, guys, if you guys ain't got nothing to do today, I planned on getting the bench cleaned up and then coming back for an afternoon build session on the C1 build. Alright. So now I got me a clean spot. And if you just rub your knife a couple times over, not trying to cut through but trying to score it, it'll break. You can break it. Then what I like to do to add detail to the seat belts, if I'm doing it this way, score it a little. I should need it if I had a better blade on here. Okay, I make me a really thin piece like this, and I try not to bend it before I put it on. Get you a really thin piece. Get back here. Cut you some very thin. Get out of there. Like that, yeah. Then you can just go in there and cut off what you need. Make me a little piece right there. Now I take it and I'll place it on the seat belt like an adjuster, you know. So you can just keep adding a little bit of detail to that, and then that will resemble the adjusters on how you're tightening, you know, you're making the seat work for you. And like I said, there's photo etch kits out there, but the question was asked how to make a cheap 5-point harness. So that's what I wanted to try to accomplish today for you guys. And I hope we did that. You make pieces too little to handle, they become aggravating. Okay. And then you just keep adding your little details to it. And once you get in the car, you can start doing, you can do some painting details. If you had some decals you could put on to your seat belts. And basically, you need 4 males, you need 1 female, so that way they all click in here. Some of them have a latch that once they're clicked in, a button pops out, and then a latch comes through that button. That way, you can't accidentally unhook yourself. You actually have to pull that switch out and then hit the release button. And it's just about how far you guys want to go into it. So I hope that was something you guys can put to use on your bench. Hopefully that works for some of you guys that have tried or been wanting to do seat details and you didn't know how to do it. No problem, Monty. And basically you can use, I used a Monster can because that was available, but on the inside of your soda pop cans, they're all coated aluminum like that, so there will be no corrosion or anything into your drink. And it comes in handy. You can just crush them, and a lot of people just crush them and throw them away. But I found uses for it throughout the hobby. This is, guys, like I said, you can purchase 5-point harnesses from Chip and Lisa through Model Car Garage, Scale Detail Master. This one here is a Scale Productions one. There's all different kinds out there. What I was showing you today was a cheap one. Like you see on this set here, it's showing this right here is showing a double crotch. To me, I think that would be kind of annoying. I wouldn't want a seatbelt rubbing both sides of my legs versus just one right up the middle. But, you know, they're different ways. And as you can see, this one here, they have their seatbelts, you know, seatbelt labels in it. And it shows you the way to get everything mounted and harnessed. And this is what we were talking about. You always want to have a female and then all 4 males click into it. So that way, this right here would be your main joint, your main buckle. So hopefully, hopefully that is something that you guys can find use for. I'm going to clean up the bench just because of Bill's comment. No, I'm going to clean up the bench, guys. I want to go live and do the raffle here in a few minutes. So stay tuned. I was going to try to do it more around 12 o'clock, let everybody else get over here. So 5-point harness day. Ugh, sorry guys, a 5-point harness for your race car fans, drag car fans, but don't have the access to the photo etch. You can do it in tape, you can do it in ribbon, like George from Vision 124 has stated. You can get this ribbon. It's 2mm ribbon. You can get the 2mm ribbon. There's different vendors on eBay. I choose to do mine in white and then tint it in a Sharpie, you know. But there's many different colors you guys can purchase and access. If you wanted to do this with ribbon, you just do it the same way. The ribbon's just going to give it a 3D look instead of it being on the ground like that. And you can see the ribbon will fit right through the seat belt and everything. You know, you just have that better, you'd have that real seatbelt look done to it. We use tape today to show you guys it can be done in tape, and plus I still have a project for these to go in. And there's all different kinds of seatbelt brand. So look, you know, there's decals like these. This seat here came with center decals for the seat inserts, but if needed be, I could cut those apart and put them on the seat belt. Here's ones you can put on the seat belts or on the car itself, you know. So just look around. You can detail it up pretty good to where people wouldn't notice that it was tape, you know, once it gets inside the car and everything. But that was just my take on a low budget seat belt. I forgot who asked, so please forgive me. But I'm willing to try to help you guys out. So if anybody else in the community has a tech or tip that they were interested in trying to learn, and at this point want to do it on the low end or what have you, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. We'll try to get you something worked out. So if you guys will just... Oh, man, come on. Trying to get this thing to take back up. So won't you guys give me about 20 minutes? Give me about 20 minutes, and we will be back live for the raffle giveaway. I wanted to make sure we handled our Tech Thursday. That, you know what, Mooger? That is something very simple. Something that we can do. Would you guys like to see that right now? Mooger wants to see how I would do coilovers. If you guys don't know what coilovers is, it has a shock in the middle of it. And the shock is in the middle of it, and the coil wraps around it. So that's why they call it coilovers. Let me see. Yeah, slowly models. Casey, what we done was we showed how to make a low buck 5-point harness detail using tape and pop can, and just to show some of the detail. Yeah, the aluminum cam. Guys, that's one thing that's great about this community. You make great friends in here, and some of them want to rough you up about the way your bench looks, and another one wants to rough you up about the parts that you use. Casey, Bill's over here giving me hell about my bench being a wreck, and you're over here giving me hell about the pop can harness. You guys are great. I really appreciate all the support you guys give me over here. Let me get all this cleaned up. Yeah, you're right, Monty. You're right. Monty is great also. Some of us older builders, we're not as sarcastic as these young whippersnappers are, Monty. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we have to pick and choose our arguments, Casey. Today, let's focus on the bench, cause I have wrecked it, and I have wrecked it. I get in the middle of a project, and you know, I build a 6-foot long bench, and I work off of a 2-foot space. You guys are great. Let me get some stuff cleaned up and see you guys in about 15 minutes. And we'll go live with the raffle. I have some announcements to make. We'll have some announcements to make about the next raffle that I plan to do, and further raffles within there. Like I said, I understand not everybody can take part. I'm going to try to keep them cheap. I'm going to try to keep them a week or two apart. That way, because we had some of you guys donated, so much just to help others out, like Casey, and some of the other guys in the community. I'll talk to you guys about that here pretty soon, and we'll get all that handled. I'm gonna do a quick cleanup, guys. Get this bench back to a workable status, and we'll see you guys with the raffle live video. So appreciate you guys hanging in there. Appreciate you guys checking me out this morning, and I'm gonna write that down right now, buddy. We're gonna do coilovers next week. We'll just go ahead and write that down. Coilovers. And we'll get that done. I'll find a way. What do we need? We need to make a shock. We need the coil. You want me to make brackets too? Let's do some brackets. Because when you do a coilover, they have a certain bracket. Like if this is the rear end right here, the coilover is usually set inside of adjustable. They'll set inside of an adjustable thing, so they could be adjusted. You can bolt them down here, or you can be on top of the axle, and then the shock goes up here like this, and then you got the coil that wraps around the whole thing. So let's do that, guys. We'll make the shock next Thursday. We'll make the coil next Thursday, and we'll make the brackets for the rear end next Thursday. Does that sound good? All right, we'll work on that. Yeah, baby. For some reason, I just got Austin Powers stuck in my head with that comment, Casey. Bushy chest popping out of a sequin suit, and sound groovy, baby. My favorite part is get in my belly. Alright, guys, that's our focus for next Thursday. We'll do the coilover, so we'll get a game plan on what we need to do there. See you guys in a few minutes. Let me get this handled. Appreciate you guys. Peace.